This content may include explicit material. Viewer discretion is advised.
Podcast ini ditaja khas oleh EduDebt Private Limited,
memberikan solusi dan cara yang mudah untuk menyelesaikan hutang-hutang anda.
Jika anda berhadapan dengan pelbagai masalah hutang, anda boleh lungsuri laman website mereka di www.edudebt.sg.
It's the motherfucking remix!
They will say like this, aku Melayu, aku boleh jadi macam ni, apa kau tak boleh? Dia lupa tak semua orang go through apa yang dia go through. Betul tak? Macam aku, aku ada banyak duit lah, apa business semua bagus, tapi aku tak receive discrimination. Orang yang lain-lain, yang orang pakai tudung ni semua tak dapat kerja, tak dapat apa. So different people have different experiences. Jadi kalau kau maju, then you say no, there's no discrimination, I can make it. Why can't you? It's not right, because you do not know the grounds. That mean
it's not right for you to say that lah.
Satu dua lepas maju okay lah, tapi help your people. If you think there's no discrimination, that means you are not in the reality lah.
Kira kalau Melayu cakap orang paling susah mana kau tahu.
Betul lah.
Okay.
Aku pernah nampak dalam Facebook lah, orang chat komen. No, if I can make it, why can't you? Why can't the others? It's just that they are lazy.
Panas.
Panas.
And the one who say that is orang kita
orang Melayu lah. Siapa lagi? So
macam mana dendam sikit je. Geram
I think I would know. I've been in business, I've been successful as much. I've drive a Porsche, I'm successful, but I know my community people susah dapat opportunity. So kalau aku tak tolong, siapa yang nak tolong? Company aku in renovation semua Melayu. Not that because I don't want to hire the Chinese, but somehow the Malays, I give them the opportunity. So when there's a lot of Malays, the Chinese kalau nak kerja kat dalam, they just don't apply lah, so my workers are all Melayu. Ada lah satu dua Cina kerja dengan aku, but okay, usually macam EduDebt also, but you can see that the main is always Malay.
Tapi yang pelik kata macam kita as a Melayu, kalau kita hire all Malay, boleh macam orang berkata lah, kenapa ni semua Melayu? Tapi as a whole, kalau kau tengok company Cina, semua Cina, orang tak mengata pula. Kau faham tak maksud tu?
Tapi kalau business, I tell you, it is better walaupun macam mana we hire by merit.
In a way,
the business will just function that way lah. Kalau you go on, like you go and discriminate against certain section of the people, your business will not excel as much as you can. Even if you want to help someone, but it's better to just
go by merit,
because you want the business to perform as normal as even though you know sometimes opportunity you give to your own community, but it's naturally a business will prosper if you hire on merit better. But of course dulu aku darah gemuruh kan, aku punya renovation company semua Melayu lah, of course, because I believe I must give these people a chance.
And it's okay for you to do that, sir.
Yalah. So
what's your take of the current situation of the policy, or the one that
I think the current situation has improved a lot, kan. Kita tahu yang dorang now allow more allow hospitals to hire nurses with tudung. They are slowly opening up more, but I need our community to get involved in politics. Kebanyakannya kalau kita cakap dengan orang Melayu, nanti orang cakap politik tak mau lah, tak mau campur, jangan berbual pasal politik lah.
Tapi kalau kau duduk kedai kopi
tapi diorang lupa politik ni yang kasih kita makan berapa kasih kita opportunity, whether we have we have opportunity to excel ke tidak, you know, certain sectors is, I mean, kita ada glass ceiling, kita tak boleh tembus. So the community needs to get involved. The community needs to know how to put, you know, some pressures so that, you know, more path is being created. Kalau kita tak get involved, it's going to be a very slow climb. As an example, when I usually conduct protest event dulu. So orang-orang yang datang Melayu tak banyak. So our participation rate is very very low. So maybe boleh dikatakan kita punya priority not there. But in actual fact, we must put some priority here, because it determines harga milk, harga susu berapa tinggi, you know, taxes and all that stuff. So it is important, and now all these laws are being implemented. Kita pun kadang-kadang tak tahu kalau kita tak ceburi, kalau tak involve in politik lah.
Betul.
So
Macam aku tak.
So
Aku not into politics lah. Why? Because dia punya political game ni macam tak berepisod, kau faham? Dia macam
at best
susah
we don't need to put, you know, our heart and soul into it. But tahu hal ikhwal semasa, jadi time nak vote tu kita tahu apa nak buat. Kita
siapa
tahu
mana yang terbaik lah,
yang mana yang terbaik
untuk kita dan juga masa akan datang lah.
Tapi during macam nak vote ni time, kira everything is very rosy, semua macam ni semua baik lah, semua yang baik lah dekat Singapura.
Betul juga, semua yang indah.
Iyalah, of course lah. That's why we must get involved. Jadi kita tahu whether this is election promise ke. And we know election promise selalu macam gitu kan. Kasih, lepas tu but then I think as a community we should get involved to know what is the government doing with policies, giving out policies that is good for the country, for the community as a whole. I mean, in terms of progressiveness, kita belakang orang Malaysia. Of course the Malay is a little bit slow. I think the democratic majority of the Malaysians are more.
Lagi berani kot.
They know their rights. You know, they get more involved in politics. They can change BN. They, you know, at a point, you know, right, BN lost power. So enough is enough. So I think we should also do that. You get to know whether the government is good, whether the government looks after our community. Kita minority apa. Any government must look after the minority. You know, in a just way lah.
Maybe sini punya mindset is like, aku kalau cakap lebih nanti ada orang ketuk pintu, macam gitu lah mindset orang lah, in a way.
But these are all unfounded punya fears lah.
Okay, so previously what party you belong to and did you contest, and sekarang ni are you planning to join a party and are you going to contest also?
I think the last one, my first party was with Reform Party. I think I contested in Ang Mo Kio.
Okay. Oh,
and then
Lee Hsien Loong punya stronghold ya.
Yeah. So that one it was for my experience kan. So they put me there with I think a bunch of young people lah.
But that was a GRC
GRC. So after that I contested with SPP in Bishan Toa Payoh.
Okay.
And then right now I'm not with any other party, but I get some who asked me to join them, and then probably I'm working behind the scene with political party for their policy making. I help in this way lah, in this manner. Even though I'm overseas, I can still contribute as a citizen kan. Because ultimately I love Singapore. I'm born here kan. Jadi now that you know it is better for, I mean, the Malay people now. I see a lot of people going to business. You know, it's high time that we get involved and get to know kita punya political sphere, political environment.
Okay, so
kita nak tanya ni satu soalan which I want to ask for very longest time. Kenapa yang SDP nya orang kuat tu sampai sekarang tak akan dapat masuk tu in the party? Macam in the macam menang dia punya tempat lah.
A lot of variety of reason lah. Because one thing is the stigma that
Is it because of his past?
maybe part of it, maybe but there are also people who are fanatic who supports him.
Correct.
So there's always orang yang go against, orang yang support lah. But I mean, nowadays I think Mr. Chisunjuan is trying to rebrand himself, and now when you hear what he speaks, it's quite good to listen lah. Yeah, because when you it just stimulate your mind. Betul
Correct.
So I mean, all of us actually kita should know what the other political parties are offering. Because kalau kita tak dengar dorang punya policy, we think alamak ni government haram jat gini policy, but what are the alternative? Kita nanti akan fikir opposition tak ada alternative lah, tapi dorang ada. And some of them make sense. Some of them really make sense that I think if we implement this, certain things will be better, certain things will be good.
Pasal pada aku, kalau dia masuk dapat duduk di parlimen, aku rasa the current orang mesti goyang punya.
Maybe.
My problem with Chi Soon Juan he's good, I admire him a lot, but dia tak berani in terms of expanding. Dia fokus kat Bukit Batok aja, and then
pasal dia punya yang the current dulu ni,
there's not a good reason. He should challenge especially the big ones, Nisun, Ang Mo Kio. He should challenge everything.
Siapa Syarif
lah.
Simbuan? Aku tak tahu.
Masih nak kena tahu.
Aku ambil air dulu lah, korang berbual lah.
Because he's good.
Yeah.
But the problem is, my problem with him is that he cannot, he don't want to expand.
SDP ada satu policy ni which I think it makes sense because they want to allow schools to for kids to wear tudung.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong, I baca ini policy. The justification is that because government kan cakap kan kita punya orang tak selesa kalau ada banyak orang pakai tudung. So diorang punya policy paper states that then start young, from school allow people to wear tudung. So
that's true.
jadi budak-budak ni diorang tak ada mindset evil ke apa discriminate. So when they see a lot of tudung so it becomes normal.
Correct.
So they grow up to live in a society in a diverse environment. Correct. So when I read that policy, sometimes you read betul juga and then this is not only pakai macam agak-agak, there is some research papers from professors from overseas saying that children exposed to an environment with a more diverse environment, excel better when they grow up. So
basically how you want to shape your society.
A lot of European countries pun polis dah pakai.
Correct.
Ini kita sini je backward because why tak ada orang push? Kita punya orang sendiri have to get involved so that everything will become better.
Okay.
Correct. That is one thing that we want to see lah in the future.
Kalau boleh kan kita play a part also because this is important for our
anak-anak lah.
Betul.
Siapa lagi kita fight, kita dah tua, kita boleh just pejam mata. Anak-anak kita will face
suffer.
sekarang macam flat berapa
harga rumah. Yes,
what are we going to do about it?
Which aku tengah worry sekarang, Syul. Macam what they will face apa diorang akan go through
glitch
with the amount. Sekarang punya harga dah berapa, Syul? Time kita dah tak ada.
And then there are alternative. A lot of all the political parties now is putting out policy papers how to lower down this kita punya housing cost price. And when you can read and then make your own judgment. This is when I say you don't need to put any energy, just get to know some. When election time
in this coming election, they dah start coming out with this.
Tapi itulah, with regards to the harga rumah nak turunkan pun dah tak boleh. Betul lah.
There are certain ways.
It will affect us juga in a way. Orang yang
I mean, I'm not sure how. I've not read fully. Tapi there is certain solution to this, which does not affect that much the current existing punya homeowners.
Serious
Of course, we know that kalau kita turunkan harga, then everyone will get affected.
Betul.
There are alternative way.
Tak turun pun level kan sama lah.
level sama.
Lah sama macam kita time kita beli lah. Sekarang dah 5 lebih.
At least rumah baru mesti nak kena murah. Rumah baru sekarang mahal. Pasal one of it is that the government take into account the land that they buy, HDB buy. I mean HDB buy land from
government.
LSF ke apa,
SLA.
SLA, and then they buy, but intergovernment punya duit, and then last masuk reserve.
Dia dengan dia lah kira.
They shouldn't factor this cost when building house for new flat. So that is where one of the option that the price boleh turun.
To me it comes to the question, land, kau siapa saya nak price the land?
They price the land and they factor into the cost of building. So that is why it becomes, because sekarang land kan mahal. So when you factor land cost, of course lah mahal lah. Tapi if you don't factor land cost, the price of house will be quite affordable.
I get your point lah. It shouldn't be a factor lah basically. It shouldn't be counted as a cost lah basically.
Lagi dengan rumah kau buat makin kecil.
Government pun ada dia punya counter which is also logical juga. So it's personally you make your own decision lah. Which one you want house price to go down, or you buy the government punya reason that is it goes to our reserve, it's for kita punya future generation.
Kira kan easy to say, sekarang kita vote pasal dendam lah kira kan.
Pasal dendam
Kira macam kalau kau tak vote current party, kau vote pasal butuh lah. Aku nak kasih yang ni opposition masuk
So
parlimen lah.
that's the problem right now lah dengan aku lah. Aku nak cakap kau tapi kau jangan marah. Tapi kau marah lah kan. I'm apolitical. Okay, so I made a decision early last year that I'm not going to vote.
Your voting is secret je.
It's bullshit. Voting is not secret. Voting is sacred.
Secret?
Sacred.
Serius lah?
To me, it doesn't matter whether you know or don't know what you vote. So to me,
But why do not want to vote then?
okay, so my first opportunity to vote the contesting party, the opposition, was NSP lah. I went to their rally. Aku seorang aku pergi. I went there and it was bullshit lah. The opposition, they don't know what to talk. Their policies,
Yang SP tu lah.
NSP, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't even make an effort to connect with the issues of our residents lah.
Current situation in a way.
Just for that constituency, my constituency. So aku nak kena vote either PAP atau NSP. But of course I don't want to vote for NSP because of this kind of bullshit. So end up I voted for PAP lah. But at that election year, other parties from other constituency, they are doing well lah. They have good policies there. And I'm pissed off lah that kenapa ni party, opposition party tak datang kat kita, pasal kitanya besar. And so that's one. So that year aku voted for PAP lah. Then the following year, the following election, itu dah rabak lah. So PAP dah buat hal taik, dah rabak gila lah. So I didn't even go to any rallies. My decision was just to vote for opposition. So I did that. And then when you vote for opposition without taking into consideration those macam what their policies are, what they're going to make changes and stuff like that, I voted based on spite lah, macam kau cakap lah, just revengeful lah, just to make sure their
kalah lah,
go down.
kena PAP kalah lah.
Kalau tak kalah pun at least
Turun lah, kasih malu lah kira kan.
Kasih goyang lah.
which happened what that election year happen, rabak apa, diorang goyang apa. So again, it worked. I played my part in voting for the opposition and make sure that they goyang kan. But when these guys are in power, when these opposition people are in there, macam-macam hal sial. Si worker party punya individual buat
skandal lah ni
semua. Then
apa?
Skandal.
Oh, skandal.
Skandal habis the lady yang
tipu lah.
I give up.
Sama lah.
I give up.
Dua-dua pun ada.
Dua-dua pun ada, tapi
AP pun ada.
Cuma dia pandai cover lah kira kan.
it matters more if you are for the opposition, because you are expecting them to be better, more better than the current
They
ruler.
need to have a bigger steps
So I'm disappointed and I'm giving up basically lah. But I plan to be around in this coming election year rally to see what is going on with the policies and things. And the problem with why I'm being apolitical is because policy so far in every parliamentary session, aku dengar saya most of the time, their policies, they are not giving new solutions or bettering the solutions.
Lagi itu ya.
They are just
Bettering
they are just macam polisi
Sudilah.
macam government ada satu polisi ni. They just bring up in the parliament just, oh, your policy should be like this. Whereas if you are really an opposition party, counter that, change it totally, and fight. But you're not doing it. You just, oh yeah lah, I agree with you at a certain degree, but you can be better and stuff like that.
Pasal dia minority dalam parlimen.
Even if you're minority, you should fight for any changes. Change it totally, kan? I feel that way lah, kan? But the thing is, they don't totally change the policy. They just want to improve in terms of their own way. Apa yang diorang rasa, aku rasa ni macam better lah, tapi aku masih nak kau punya policy tau. Aku masih nak PAP punya policy, tapi aku nak aku punya cara. I don't want that. The problem is, we as citizens, we don't want that policy in the first place. You know?
Okay, rombak balik lah, everything lah.
Rombak balik. Fight. I mean, you have the platform to do that. Fight. Make up a new policy, change it. Stuff like that. So my question to you is actually, what do you see as a game-changing policy to,
Oh ni kau kira dive dalam lagi lah,
dia dah kira masuk holy diver lagi.
your policy needs to, I just want to know what you see as a people's person to come up with a policy that benefits
the
citizens and the country itself.
Yeah, sometimes
because you cannot fight the current situation though.
Maybe certain things it is not that easy to just macam orang cakap tu rombak. It's like rocking the boat too much kan. So with limited resources, the opposition party ada, and then the most important thing is without proper data or info, government don't release proper info, so that for us to really go and do research on this info,
tak transparent lah in a way.
Yeah, so
how's the workaround on that? Pasal kalau korang nak cakap opposition in general kalau korang nak cakap aku rasa polisi government sekarang ni macam sial lah, aku nak tukar, tapi aku tak boleh promise korang apa-apa pasal aku tak ada information. Tapi how?
No, I mean in general lah. So certain information opposition party tak dapat lah. Okay, let's talk about WP. Diorang tak dapat itu information. They will be based on
the surface
guesswork. So diorang nak rebut robustly pun susah, because they don't have this information. So what they can do is agak-agak sikit. So to actually total change is always difficult to debate with someone who has the info at their hand. Government ada info kan, minister ni semua dia ada info, so they can easily rebut you, but the other party don't have info. Jadi kadang-kadang nak tukar tu pun
okay, so
dia macam sama macam kalau kasih saya opportunity 24 hours, jangan cakap 1 bulan, 24 hours harga minyak turun. Kira macam gitu lah.
okay, but I'm more concerned.
Kau masuk yang sana kan.
Kira macam gitulah dia punya senario dia.
So my concern is more to macam aku tak kisah pasal economic wise, kira how Singapore is doing on the GDP wise level tau. I'm more interested in the socio-economic wise. What opposition can improve in terms of our livelihood, how we live, how our spending, what can they offer in terms of policy that they can fight and put it in parliament to cakap dengan satu baruan aku tak nak cakap nama lah. Satu baruan ni, kau cakap gini macam senang ke apa kan? So the opposition will tell you that kau cakap ni senang ke apa? Kau bilang aku apa yang kau boleh provide ini.
Okay, one thing, satu very simple one is, you see sekarang baru naikkan GST kan?
Correct.
Okay, so I've read some news that time, the opposition are saying that the government need not increase this GST to 9% sekarang ini.
Okay.
9%. Because the reason is that kita ada surplus. Not necessary to increase now.
Okay.
So that is one of the way to lower down our cost of living. There's 1% is every day you buy tau benda-benda. So they have this kind of counter lah. I mean the opposition have the counter already. So just to say is about the GST. So they are proposing that we shouldn't increase. Kita punya surplus ada last every government PAP ni dorang rule for 5 years kan.
5 years, yeah.
So that 5 years term dorang ada ni surplus.
Yeah.
So why should we increase now when the population is I mean we have rising cost of living. Not necessary. So by that alone aja kita tahu that our kita boleh assuage kita punya some of our cost of living kasi rendah sikit.
That is actually quite reasonable for. I will agree on that lah actually.
Saya dia tolak tu.
I mean,
Dia tolak duit.
kalau you fight as a opposition, you fight that cause. I think people would, vote for them lah.
Yeah, I think
Right.
nowadays,
Yeah.
I mean the opposition is getting better and better lah. They manage to attract now more
Pasal
good candidates.
I can say that kita ni, we are considered new voters, new generation.
Generations.
So bila aku pergi rally ni semua, I feel that my problem is I don't care about world issues in terms of Singapore punya relationship with other countries and stuff. I care about what's going on inside, how I'm going to live my life. So that is lacking in a lot of opposition parties lah. Kan? They are not putting out that policies or manifestos. Because I read all the manifestos in that a few elections lah. And if there is some, it's not fighting to better it, but just trying to improve the existing policies.
Yeah, some of them memang they are just trying to improve it, but then there are a lot of changes that can be made. It can be made if the opposition has more power.
Correct.
Yeah, itu kita. That's why how to do that, how to achieve this is not to just vote blindly. I do not want you all to
Which I did that.
just vote for opposition lah.
Yeah, I wish I did that in the previous election just to spite PAP.
I want you to go and read the alternative policy that they are
Correct.
proposing. Then you all can betul apa kalau kita buat ni harga boleh rendah apa.
Correct.
Then we believe that memang betul. There's other alternative we can make it life better for us.
With the current situation, orang just can be bothered lah untuk nak membaca.
Bukan
to find out.
tak be bothered bro. It matters in the rally that the speaker or whoever is contesting
to bring up this matter.
to bring up and bring it clearly and in short words and to just make it clear.
Okay, as an example, satu lagi last me kita punya town council. Okay, town council a few years down the road nanti diorang increase.
Correct.
Ni. And when you read diorang punya financial statement, they have how many millions of reserve tau.
Correct.
Correct na?
That's true.
They still increase the price.
That's true.
So it has become it is good to save for future needs, but you must have a ceiling until how much you want to accumulate all this wealth. Until how much? Because
Correct.
if they always say, we must keep for future use, we must keep for until how much? 3 billion. Set a line, tell us, and then achieve that and stop.
Which they don't want to tell lah.
Sekarang
To me,
ni tak ada ceiling.
Correct.
That means they will just keep and keep and keep and keep.
Suck you dry lah.
The problem with PAP, dia tak nak
Gila kan?
justify.
Yeah.
The problem with PAP right now, they don't want to justify why they are keeping that amount that high and keep on building up that amount. Dia tak justify that. To me also,
University fees pun sama. NTU, all the universities in Singapore have billions of reserve funds. They just increase again. I think last 2-3 years, if I'm not wrong. So it has become a money making machine. They keep and keep and keep money until when I do not know. But there has to be a ceiling. They have to really say, okay, until let's say example, okay, we will maybe lower down the cost of university until we have a reserve of 1 billion. Say it to us, and then when you reach 1 billion,
Increase
lagi lah. So this kind of thing is crazy. If not, the price will keep increasing.
Correct.
There's no way price will go down
correct.
at this rate.
Yeah.
Because next year pun nanti increase. Let's say other things. Gaji kita tak tinggi mana pun.
Correct. It's not even
tak
increasing.
sampai increase 2-3% nanti mati. In the long term anak kita akan suffer.
Correct.
Dah panjang juga kita
I'm okay. Good that you guys have that approach lah. Basically, I'm looking
I
forward
think
to.
we should give the opposition a chance not to vote blindly. Just at least make some effort to go and hear what they have. I think some of it really makes sense.
I hope I hope to be on one side lah, basically lah.
Tapi pada aku maybe this thing will work only if there's more opposition in the parliament.
Which what we did in the last election, our new generation, dorang just voted blindly. I believe everyone who voted for the opposition, they voted blindly, which helps in terms of increasing the number of opposition members in the parliament. So there's some improvement there lah, which is good lah. But again, macam aku cakap,
kan dah back to square one.
Kau dapat opportunity to masuk that parliament sitting, you have the opportunity to do, but kau buat tai, and you should be better than that. You should be better than the ruling one. So, but I'm looking forward to your party lah to be involved. Maybe
lah. I don't know whether I'll be involved in this election ke tidak. But politics ni dah, I mean,
because aku rasa I'm tired of listening to the ruling party, because dia punya policy is like that, is the same, it won't change. Betul tak?
Aku tak boleh support this ruling party.
Yeah, it won't change.
I'll make it very clear for listeners to
correct.
hear. Aku tak mungkin support PAP. Macam mana, because of the PAP, I believe my community is now like what it is now.
Correct.
Okay, because of the previous
From the start
and then they discriminate us. Kita dulu, if you go and research, we are on par with the Chinese in terms of economic, in terms of our social standing during the British time. When PAP took over, we have a lot of things. Itu cerita panjang kalau nak panjang. So I cannot make myself support a party who discriminate against my community, and then up to now we are still playing catch up with other races. So it's just not possible for me unless I see, now I think they are more progressive. The new generation minister is now opening up more doors and trying to be as fair as possible.
Correct.
But it needs to be a lot more to be done, because even though the police pun woman tak boleh pakai hijab lah, tudung. Ada some Air Force punya certain part Melayu tak boleh.
Correct.
So all this is bullshit. It's a party do that to a community or race. I just cannot accept it.
Correct.
Maybe it's safe to me. Pada aku, we can see this to happen maybe lepas kita bedtime lah.
I believe so. Yeah. I have that
with
confidence
the younger
also.
generation of the current ruling party
Sebab
masuk.
aku happy that you came in, not to macam promote your party, but to make awareness that you should, as voters, you guys should listen to the opposition, because the PAP punya policy it won't change. It will be like that. Kan?
Cahaya
Aku tak tahu.
Kau pernah terfikir?
pun kau tak tahu.
Aku tak tahu. Aku
Pernah terfikir
Apa dia?
nak masuk politik?
No, I've been brought up by my late grandfather to be aware of politics lah. Dia very aware in Malaysia politics and Singapore politics. So I learn more or less banyak lah itu. So I understand the plight of our citizens lah. But I don't want to get involved. I just want to lead a normal life lah. But of course, like you said, as a citizen, you should be involved in politics in terms of voting, because who you vote for, it matters lah. So I hope that a lot of people, especially our generation, they start listening to opposition parties, to not just PAP buat ni macam ruling because they are the ruling party lah. Tapi kalau kau nak change, kau dengar lah opposition party.
Tapi kalau opposition party kasih crap
ni macam datang aku pergi serius, NSP satu pakcik ni pakai songkok.
I think I know that.
He was blabbering about giving stats and stuff like that. Blabbering aku tak boleh take it.
The problem with opposition party ni, they cannot attract good candidates. Pasal I mean, there's this stigma lah kan. Opposition party don't wanna danger, so people don't go. And even though Malay candidates for the opposition party ni susah dapat yang baik, susah dapat yang bagus.
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
I see it's better.
That's
Little
why-
bit
I was
lambat,
happy-
lambat. Progress dia lambat. Aku kalau boleh nak sekarang bro.
I was happy with the World Cup parties last election.
Kena cari orang agresif
Secara lah.
Macam Go Tong ke
People like James
Geram.
Strong people
Tapi dia
lah.
lembik je.
No, but he can speak. That's the main.
Betul.
People like James Lim, I'm impressed by them. They made a good improvement in terms of the World Cup party side lah, opposition side lah. So I hope it improves from there lah.
Kau tu kalau ini podcast terlalu panjang boleh buat part 2.
We
boleh.
definitely will be making part 2 lah.
Yeah,
So but for our listeners, we just want to
kita ada part 3
to heads up lah that whatever we share here is based on Osman experience.
Personal.
Yeah.
It might not be true. Maybe my own experience pun kecil aja kan. But based on my experience, that is what I see. But
Okay, last
macam aku cakap,
question is, bila kau contested back then, when you lost, did you feel disappointed or angry or anything?
for the first time I wasn't that disappointed during my third election. Because third election tu, of course I know it's difficult to win, but we don't contest just because we want to
It's not.
lose.
It's not
But-
about just winning. You see the numbers is a whether win or lose also.
Yeah.
Betul lah.
But I was disappointed. I think not the third one, the second one, because the margin dropped until 20%. That time was during when Lee Kuan Yew passed away, if I'm not wrong. So the whole vote punya ini
Sympathy vote
across,
Serious
across
ah?
all it dropped 10%.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Normally I will get 30 to 35%, but at that year, and I put the most effort on that year, and then I dropped my vote. Aku macam cakap, alamak, the more effort I put, drop vote. Then I understand how it works. Because
So was the passing of the guy
it does
was a factor?
affect, yeah.
Sympathy
It
vote
was a factor. And semua orang turun about 10%. I think ada satu ke dua je turun 5%. But generally opposition party will always get 30 to 40%. It has never gone down that low.
That number is what drives the opposition to work harder.
Yeah lah.
Betul lah, to keep
If
on
not,
going.
they are on a decline. If you see for the last 4 or 5 general election, they are on a decline.
Correct.
Except for that anomaly on that year.
Correct.
And then they are still on a decline now.
So now according to the last election, it's very on par now. So I hope lah. I hope I would change my mind to vote lah. Because right now aku tak nak vote lah.
Makin ramai orang jadi tak kuasa, aku rasa.
Correct.
Maybe.
But I think once the new generation come in, it's time. The PAP cannot hold into power for long. Not say for long. There's no political party who holds power indefinitely. There has to be at a point, diorang mesti lose power. Bila kita tak tahu. I think it's another 3
I'm generally happy if
3 generation.
election.
3 election.
They might not get the majority. Pasal sekarang
Correct.
majority is 75 and above.
Kalau
They might not
diorang
get-
tak menang pun, opposition tak menang pun, aku just be contented that if the
More opposition,
parliamentary opposition dia is probably maybe 70-30%, 65-45-35%. You know, I'll be happy at that because more voices in opposition, more chances.
Some areas is very close already. Some West Coast that time PSP dah very close, and then a few places.
Itu yang SDP pun sama, Nelly angkat.
Correct. That's why aku cakap Ci Sun Juan, if he collectively start fighting for more areas, I would vote for them because they have Ci Sun Juan. He has a good political
Tapi tak
view.
tahu apa yang aku dengar daripada yang tempat dah conquered by this opposition dah menang. There's nothing much that they actually did. Macam tak tahu
Itu yang buat
Tak ada tu lah, tak ada income lah.
Yeah, so you all have to understand this. Macam kita cakap potong pasir. That time
Potong Pasir has been all the
macam
while
Singapore
opposition.
pegangan, yeah. So what happened is that they don't get the funding.
Who
Tak
gives
dapat
them the funding?
Government. Government will give every town council funding.
I see. Okay.
So they wouldn't give everyone. So even I think PM Lee Hsien Loong did mention that he will give the opposition ward the last because they are the ward that did not vote for my policy. So they don't accept that we want to do this, so they will get the last funding.
So you see, kau tengok, kalau kau cakap vote is secret,
It ada tau dalam YouTube tau ni, I think budak NUS ni cakap. But we are Singaporeans also. So why we are also paying tax like all the others, Nisun lah, or Woodlands lah, all pay the same tax. But in terms of funding to beautify my area, I get last. Why? So one of his explanation was because they will get, but not the priority as to the other constituents that
Support
my policy.
so you see, kalau kau nak cakap,
itu susah.
That's why.
kalau kau nak cakap voting is secret when the numbers is out there, PAP menang 50% and the other party menang 48%. So the PM in question is going to say, sial lah, dorang tak vote untuk aku, this 48%, I'm going to give them lesser. So is that secret? So that's why I say it's secret. Even if I lose, when I vote for opposition, I will suffer these 5 years for my
It's not a level playing field. Okay,
correct.
Let's say example we apply this on our personal life. Let's say you are a parent okay, so anak korang ni masuk race lari. Okay, so satu teacher ni letak lagi satu budak depan sikit daripada anak kau. Okay, untuk starting race 100 meter run race. Kau bingit tak? Bingit kan? So this applies to political game now.
Damn.
The PAP doesn't give us a level playing field. They chop and change. Jadi bingit kan, susah nak menang. Susah because of the hurdles they put in place. Don't chop and change, don't tukar sana sini. So
indirectly
it's a
orang tak
struggle.
perasan lah.
Tak perasan. Kalau kita baca, there's so much unfairness.
Misal yang dorang change boundary tu pun, pada aku pun it's a political game when they open up HDB nya estate. Tu dorang strategically choose what. Okay, aku buka kat sini nanti so that bila election aku boleh I can open up or I can close down the boundary.
They
control that.
The People's Association, they use it as as their own to advance their own interest. Actually PA tu is supposed to be
itu kan
it's not political.
Correct.
But they use the resources, they use the funds. So it's quite a big hurdle lah. But if once we get to know more and more, we want a better change. There are other ways to govern the country.
Correct.
And then always kita dengar, we must pay the ministers high. Tapi kalau diorang boleh solve kita punya problem of high cost of living, they all pay high, alhamdulillah, I don't mind. Tapi they pay themselves the best, the highest. Lepas tu they cannot solve the problem that we face. Apa guna bayar tinggi?
The main reason they cakap is to avoid them being corrupted.
Yalah, nonsense.
Whether your amount, how much you going to pay, you shouldn't be corrupted in the first place.
Nak korup pun bukan kita tahu.
Kan, exactly. And then it proves.
Kita punya problem ni lain country pun face. Correct? Globalization, cost of living, immigration, semua country face the same. Okay, so their politicians are not able to solve the problem. Our politician pun tak boleh solve kita punya problem. But then why you pay yourself so high?
Betul.
And match lah dengan other politicians lah. Because you cannot solve the other world problem. Also, what we are facing is across the world. Cost of living. No one has been able to solve that. And then why do they pay themselves higher?
Kita sendiri
You can solve this one, you pay yourself higher. It's fine.
Which is I don't know why.
They say Singapore is exceptional. Kita tak ada natural resources. Memang betul lah, kita exceptional. Tapi kita face the same problem as all other countries.
Correct.
Kita face the same amount job opportunities and foreigners, and then high cost of living. Semua, all developed nation have this problem. And then but we pay our ministers so high. What is the point? Because to solve problem, but then they don't and they can't, and it's been high time we should replace. Macam BN dulu, kalau orang ingat apa country lingkup, tak lingkupnya apa
lah.
tak lingkup. Kalau satu hari opposition party menang Singapore, tak boleh lingkup. Kita punya governing body, kita punya civil service is very strong.
Yeah.
It's already there lah, in
It's
place
not
lah.
a political body. It's already in place.
Structure wise is already there.
It cannot fall overnight.
Correct.
Kalau nak fall, it will fall a decline. And then once people know, tak bagus lah opposition, tukar. Tak ada masalah punya.
Betul.
Okay
Just
lah,
that-
wobble a bit lah. Tapi
The problem is the oldies, the old people,
They don't have this mindset to
and
make
they are
the changes
more,
lah.
they're more than us. The problem is, aku cakap simple, aku cakap open lah. Misun, Chompang, there are a lot elderly citizens. They are pro PP. So how to fight? Kita as new generation, we cannot fight.
Tunggu dia orang game lah.
Exactly.
minister kita,
Which he say is true about three elections coming.
minister
Don't game
kita,
lagi dia. Siap.
tapi minister semua dah jadi kaya, millionaire. Correct. And one thing I know that orang kalau dah kaya, diorang tak akan faham orang yang tak ada duit.
Betul.
This is what I notice a lot of
They
time.
won't look
Okay.
down lah.
As example, last time I was a bankrupt also. Last time my father also fall from grace, business banjo. Before that I was well to do. And when I was well to do, aku tak teringat tau ni semua. Time orang tak ada duit, aku tak faham. Sampai aku jatuh baru aku faham. So our ministers now, kalau diorang cakap diorang faham kita punya susah,
Lan lah.
Lan tui.
LAN network, LAN network. Diorang tak akan faham unless they
I
come
agree on
from
that.
really a humble background. Diorang tak ada duit, diorang boleh faham.
I agree on that.
Tapi kalau diorang dah, yang diorang cakap, oh mak bapak diorang susah, ini semua when you kaji balik, bukan susah mana pun. Because diorang punya susah tu, diorang dapat pergi university. Once diorang keluar university, diorang dapat good jobs.
Yalah.
So diorang tak ada suffer apa pun.
Again, it's about the opportunity that is given to them, no?
Yes, correct. Diorang tak suffer mana. Yelah, mungkin time diorang belajar tu semua, bukan diorang kerja, mak bapak diorang yang kasih diorang duit.
Betul.
True.
Dah lepas kerja, dah lepas sekolah, dapat kerja yang baik, duit dah banyak. How they understand orang-orang macam kita?
Betul.
Tak akan understand.
They also don't mix with orang-orang kita.
What you faced that time,
Ya,
they didn't go through that.
aku dulu, ya macam aku cakap, my father was well to do and then bankrupt, and then that's how I know issue lah. Aku tak, dulu aku masih teringat satu benda ni. Aku cakap, alah kau RM1 pun tak ada. That time I was
Damn.
well to do. Sampai aku jatuh baru Sul dulu
RM1 ni berharga.
So when I climbed back, when I do business, I was quite successful in my business. I somehow realize, sometimes orang memang tak ada duit, kita tak boleh. Kita kena understand, tak boleh.
Nak kena faham lah.
Kena faham. Tapi kalau kita tak go through, kita can never fully understand. Orang ni cakap, oh we come from humble background. No, it's not humble. Humble background is when you really have no money. After when you work, your money is finished. You buy food for your family,
Done.
your own money finish. Itu.
Oh, sure. They don't respect.
Macam statement yang cakap 1,500 you can buy a HDB flat lah apa.
Tu yang baru yang guru cakap tadi.
Macam
tu yang baru ada Osman Sulaiman.
Gocok Tong punya I think wife ke siapa, Gocok Tong, Mr. Gocok Tong wife cakap 500 is peanuts. You see this kind of statement,
Yeah.
you think dia orang faham?
Correct.
RM1
Yeah.
tak ada. Lagi dia orang cakap RM1 pun tak ada.
Betul juga.
Kalau betul-betul dah tak ada lah kan.
But if you want to bring up this thing in politics, they don't give F lah.
Ya
Of
lah.
course, but
Yeah.
we have to say it out. Kan? The key thing is kita nak
So
kena
they
voice
make
out.
policies tanpa really memahami orang yang kat bawah ni berapa punya susah. 1% of increase. You see, when you oversee something, we become digits already.
Correct.
Because to them 1%, so tak banyak, people can still
Correct.
survive. But then it's suffering lah,
Correct.
Diorang tak akan faham because they know 1% bayar diorang. It's a lot of money lah.
Betul lah. Diorang naikkan semua ikut diorang punya sedap. Memang diorang sedap
And
lah.
then kita ada duit. Bukannya cakap kita tak ada duit. The country has money. The country has a lot of reason, trillions of reason.
Yeah.
And then sampai bila kita nak collect sampai mana? Berpuluh-puluh bilion. Okay, kalau you have a certain level that you need to achieve, let us know and then be transparent about it.
Yeah.
Then after that, dah tak payah increase lagi duit. So that's
Betul.
how. If not, it will forever.
Kira diorang nak kasih kita happy is by giving the duit lah. Apa yang
Itu pun is
in a way lah.
Itu pun macam aku tak tahu kenapa they do that. you
Untuk
want to make it,
tutupkan mata lah.
yeah, but if you want to really help the citizen, you shouldn't even give the amount, but don't apply that increase in GST in the first place. Kalau kau tak increase, you don't have to give us the GST voucher, what? Betul tak?
At least delay lah.
At least delay,
tahun kan. So
that voucher was given to us because they increase. Tapi kalau kau tak increase in the first place, you don't have to give, what? Kan? You understand apa?
Yalah.
Why?
Kasih pun tak seberapa.
Why you giving us?
kasih pun satu hari dah habis.
Dia pesa duit macam habis.
Aku panggil tu duit panas Syal.
Dah macam leech.
Duit panas. Aku okay lah, aku dah apply appeal.
Dapat Syal member.
Aku dah dapat.
Appeal apa?
Di government. Dia kan dia bising-bising.
Oh, dapat.
Aku apply.
Kau
aku
appeal.
Dapat lah.
Oh, because of kau punya ni
Dah habis lah.
Habis.
Iya.
Gone.
Tapi nak kena appeal
Appeal.
Baru nak pinjam 100.
Itu yang aku arguing about. Why they never see properly our income, everything. Because I'm a single working adult in the house. So kau just based on a certain amount, tapi kau tak selidik
Household income lah.
household income actually berapa, which I'm earning lesser than anyone je. Betul tak? Kalau kau ikut berapa orang kat dalam rumah, I'm earning lesser than anyone. So aku pilih lah based on that.
But somehow Singapore, I mean, ada baiknya jugalah. If you compare, for me in Cebu, government sana lagi
Kau nak terbalik kan dia kata.
Wah.
Kau punya
Susah.
pasal lah.
susah lah kira. Susah.
Damn.
Nak buka bisnes example, nak buka bisnes kau ada banyak macam apply permit kau nak kena bikin.
Serius lah.
Sometimes tak logik pun kau nak bayar.
But is it needed the
Some of the thing I think is not needed. It's just a
okay.
collection tax method that they want to collect more money. Let's say macam sekarang Yishun, kau nak pergi yang Mokyo ni, truck kau mesti nak kena ada permit. To pass by.
Sure lah.
Pass by kau nak kena apply ni permit. Untuk komen truck. Tapi dia dalam Cebu je.
One
It's
time
just that dia macam Yishun, Mokyo, Orchard.
So in this case, kira government tu kira dorang punya suka hati lah.
Orang punya suka hati lah kita. Habis to pass by permit satu kan.
Yeah, better lah basically lah.
Habis kalau kau punya truck ada load, kau nak kena apply environmental permit.
Damn.
Which is redundant lah untuk kau tu.
Redundant lah
Asyik.
If you are one city, habis faction, kau nak kena pergi sini apply permit sini, kau nak pergi sini, padahal pass by je tau. Tak ada business kat situ. Aku
Tak
pass
stop
by.
pun
Kira masa kau nak buang sampah tu dekat Orchard, kau nak kena bayar Syal.
Pasal aku nak kena pass by, aku nak kena bayar.
Oh, that's crazy.
Kira ERP lah.
Kalau kau nak jual rumah, aku that time ada beli kondo lepas aku nak jual. So of course it's my first time kan kat sana. So when you want to sell, kau nak kena pergi a few government agency and they are not in one whole building like HDB.
Alamak.
Kau pergi sini satu tempat, lepas tu kau nak kena pergi sana 2 minggu kemudian kau nak kena pergi lain building, 3 minggu kemudian kau nak kena pergi lain building, 4 minggu lain building. So total 4 building kau nak kena pergi to settle.
4 agencies lah basically.
Habis yang paling mangkuk sekali, they call me, okay,
Lain-lain tempat lah. Building tu lain-lain tempat lah.
lain-lain tempat.
Habis lalu nak kena bayar ni juga. Ya, tak.
Untuk bisnes lah.
Pada tu kau bawa truck. Tak.
Permit habis.
Leceh.
Masa tu paling mangkuk sekali, they ask me to come, okay, next week you come and bring all this document, submit. Okay. So
Mesti ada satu
next week-
dokumen tak ada.
Tak, next week aku dah datang, dokumen dah submit. Okay, submit. Come back again next week to collect your document. Kali aku come back again, okay, bayar, tunggu lagi. Aku cakap, why don't you ask me to pay when I submit the document?
Betul lah.
I come here just to pay and then wait another 1 week. Bodoh
betul
kan?
lah.
Aku punya geram. Aku cakap,
What the fuck yeah?
Dia
so
tak
they
ada.
ask me to submit document, wait for another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks tu datang untuk bayar. Why not? Time aku bayar tu, time aku submit document. Jadi aku tak akan datang. Habis jauh apa nak datang.
Asyik.
Mangkuk siapa aku.
Tak effective. Ini je.
Tak effective. Walaupun ada prosedur, tak ada prosedur ke pasal A, B, Z, A balik.
Aku rasa this kind of things that kita take advantage lah Singapore system.
Singapore is efficient lah.
Tapi efficient pun
it
kita pun
comes
dah complain.
with a cost of living kan.
Betul.
Maybe kau should invent kat sana, suruh diorang buat AXS machine ke apa.
Diorang punya bank
Online kan.
Diorang punya bank masih pakai tu number, kau angkat number 51
Serius lah.
Serius apa?
bank tau. And then
Sialah.
dia punya app sometimes selalu crash. Aku kadang complain lah, you are bank making millions of money, always jam, crash, hang.
Tak boleh masuk sana
Tak ada,
punya
pasal
politik.
maybe dia punya government, diorang punya main purpose is not because of all this lah. Diorang macam concentrate on one thing. Dia lain betul lah, ni semua nanti boleh cakap
boleh buat.
ada.
Tapi dia nanti lambat je.
Tapi dalam sistem sana is more kalau family, the whole family is involved in politics. Anak, beranak, family, relative semua in position.
Damn.
Mayor lah, councillor lah, apa tu,
But they got no say lah in a way.
tak, they are in position of power. That means a family name there become famous. So kalau
Dia macam
bapak dia
sini Lee lah, kira Lee lah.
macam Lee lah. Tapi Lee pun after Lee Hsien Loong dah tak lagi kan. Sana
Tapi diorang macam royal family tau.
extended family.
Extended family kira pasing-pasing tau. Passing baton.
Oh,
Pasing-pasing baton.
I see.
oh okay, faham.
Itu yang
Kira dia tak nak lepas pada orang lain lah.
Yeah.
Okay, faham.
But they go by election juga.
Oh, election
But people will vote for nama yang terkenal. Dah terkenal lah. Bapak dia politician, dia ni anak dia, okay vote dia ni.
Okay.
Based on that lah.
Okay, faham.
Lain lah.
Aku dengar cerita sekarang ada orang tengah trying as much as possible nak keluarkan presiden, the current presiden.
Yeah, apparently sana ada some political
Issue,
upheaval because of the president lah.
I feel that kalau kau were to contest this election,
Sana.
start sini,
Oh, sini.
you can actually bring your experience from there to tell the people here, you are experiencing much better than any other.
Yeah, but I understand also lah kan. I mean, Singapore, there are certain things that I really, after I go Cebu, then I appreciate Singapore more. But it's more of the efficiency of our civil
system.
service and not government.
Not government,
Civil service.
civil service. Yeah.
Civil service
Correct,
kita baik, but I cannot compare that because labor cost is so super cheap there. Jadi it comes with it lah.
Yeah.
Automatically, maybe Cebu time dah progress, it will become like Singapore.
Correct.
Betul.
But there are other things that I think the governing party can do better, a lot more better.
That means macam kau punya pekerja daripada $10 naik $20 lah.
Mungkin
Minimum wage lah.
Masih nak negotiate nampak.
dia kasih lebih lah.
Tapi satu hari saya
Oh sure.
tak boleh brain satu hari saya.
Nanti tong sampah tu nanti diorang cucikan sekali je.
Aku pun habis ada satu kali tu truck rosak. Okay, kalau kat Singapore berapa banyak kan kau dah belanja kan, kau nak panggil tow truck. Kat sana you can call a mechanic on the spot, diorang bikin. On the spot diorang tengok, okay ni benda nak kena, diorang pergi beli, upah diorang about $50.
Serius lah. Tepi jalan juga.
Tow truck je dah 50 je.
Tepi jalan. Diorang bikin kan, diorang pergi beli barang untuk kau lagi. Diorang come, check. Diorang tengok, diorang boleh bikin on the spot, diorang bikin on the spot.
Which our neighbouring country
Bikin on the spot. Semua nak tow.
lu bawa masuk kedai,
Wah,
kau tengok dulu. Tengok je dah harga tau. Dah kira harga, tengok je.
Okay bos, ni macam rosak. Ini ini you punya brake fluid you punya signal light fluid
Kadang sebelum diorang datang je diorang dah cakap, okay, tukar mu ni $50. Kan
Betul. Correct.
Sana so
On the spot tepi jalan juga
tepi jalan. So I was quite surprised lah.
Gila babi lah.
service man.
Tapi $50 besar je.
Nah,
besar
tapi
For them.
dorang datang, lepas tu dorang check, dorang pergi belikan barang lagi, dorang datang balik, dorang repair. Aku
Tapi
rasa
kira worth lah. Worth
Customer service lah tu.
I love it.
$50, $2,000.
Maybe Singapore can do that kalau boleh. Kalau boleh buat power je.
Ada tapi mahal.
Expressway.
Ada tapi mahal. For bikes lah, as far as
Ya ke? Datang on the spot tau. Kira expressway dah sampai.
Ada satu kali tu aku tengok satu video tu, this guy dia buat servis lah. So motor dia starter rosak. So on the spot dia buka, tukar starter, on the spot dia tukar.
Tapi tengok tempat mana ni. Expressway aku rasa tak.
Expressway tak, that video wasn't in expressway lah. Was a normal road lah. But dia buat on the spot lah. Tapi I think the price was like beratus lah. Yeah, so it comes with the
Kira macam yang ni, bike ambulance weh.
something like that.
Hey.
Habis motor murah. Aku beli untuk one of untuk company aku pakai lah. $700 saja.
Damn,
Bayar habis.
Bayar habis.
$700 je siang.
$700. Aku beli satu scrambler $1,200. Bayar habis pakai mati.
Pakai mati tau kau dengar.
Yalah, sampai berkeladak kira.
24K divide by 700 berapa?
Apa?
24K divide by 700 kira aku
Jauh saya
Tiga lebih lah.
30 lebih. Siang motor biji boleh beli. Bodoh.
Okay lah Osman, we really like to wish you a thank you for
dah
your
masuk
time.
2 jam genap.
Yalah.
Pasal kalau
Best
kita nak
juga
cakap
ni.
pasal bab politik ni, boleh drag 3-4 jam lah.
Boleh sampai besok aku rasa.
So I hope the listeners will listen.
With an open mind lah.
Kalau Osman do decide to contest, look for him and hear him out.
Osman Sulaiman.
I really hope yang kita our community get more involved in politics because it is important untuk membangunkan negara dan membangunkan society.
So senang kata, kalau korang suka dengar Osman punya cara perbualan, cara punya policy, vote for him.
Pasal kita
Belum tahu lagi
masih
aku. Belum tahu.
kita masih ada position of like tak apalah gitu.
Exactly. So we need more people like him that can sampaikan.
So it's a great platform also for him to come in and share his ideas and experience lah.
Correct.
Yep. Betul.
Yep.
So we really like
Ada
to
kata-kata akhir
kata-kata
Mr.
akhir.
Osman Sulaiman?
Terima kasih ya kerana menjemput aku datang kat sini,
Alright.
share my experience
Thank you for
berapa
coming.
ni,
Most welcome. Kita okey je.
ke minda kita lah, sama share experience lah.
Kalau datang lagi boleh masuk lagi. Kita sambung lagi 2 jam lagi.
Betul. Ya, actually boleh kan. Kalau ada apa-apa politik punya topik that we can cover.
Kalau dah tahu the next time dia masuk dia dah increase dia punya wage je.
Dah 20 20.
20.
Apa compactor compactor dah ada 5 apa.
Ya.
Trashman. Dia trashman. Right.
Okay, so
So we just gonna end this.
Yep.
Okay, so kita akan jumpa lagi anda di lain rancangan.
Jangan. So podcast ini ditaja khas oleh EduTech Private Limited.
Memberikan solusi dan cara yang mudah untuk melangsaikan hutang-hutang anda.
Jika anda berhadapan dengan pelbagai masalah hutang, anda boleh lungsuri laman website mereka di www.edudev.sg.
Alright guys, we will see you again.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Ciao, bye.
Bye.